Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Mike. We're back on the Scout this week. Finally, right? As you can see, I got the body completely off. If you've been following along on the shorts, some of the other videos, I keep pointing over here because the MB's over here, right? There's the MB. But if you've been following along, I've been working a lot on the MB. Now my camera's crooked. There we go. But we're back on the Scout. So today, not doing anything on the Scout, but I've had a lot of questions over the last few months, really, about different things I've done to the Scout, different like little modifications I've done. And it's going to be super easy right now to show you with the body off. And so I'm just going to kind of start head to tail, and I'm just going to walk through, show you on the frame, some of the different things that I've done on the Scout. So yeah, I was going to list them off, but we're just going to start. We're just going to go. So stick around. If you do have a question about something that I did on the Scout, and I don't show it in this video, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. I try and answer all the comments. So hit me up in the comments, and while the body's off, I can still jump back in and show you, and I'll tag you in it so that you get notified that I'm showing you what I did. So first off, we're just going to start up front with the bumper. So let me get you in closer, and we'll do it. And first off, I want to give a shout out to Benchmark Abrasives. Also, I got new stickers if you want a sticker, but Benchmark Abrasives, they sent me some stuff. Definitely going to need a wire wheel, some more cutoff discs, and some sanding discs. And these ones are awesome. These are fillet discs, so you can see the sanding disc runs around it. So you can get like in the corners here and make your welds look good. Because I'm not a great welder, but I'm a great grinder. So those are going to work out well. All right, so first off with the bumper. The bumper is completely custom. I think it's 2x6 1/4-inch steel tubing. And these mounts are custom. I made these. This is 3/4-inch steel, and it's one solid piece and goes straight through all the way to right here. I don't know how long that is. What's that? A foot, 10 inches, something like that. But, there we go. All right. So it goes all the way through. It goes from right here all the way through. And these are 1/2-inch bolts. So there's 2 1/2-inch bolts. And then the frame is sleeved. And this tripod's killing me. There we go. The 1/2-inch bolts, the frame is sleeved. You can't really see in there, but they go all the way through, and this one connects the winch mount through the frame that's sleeved to the recovery point with a 1/2-inch bolt, and then this one is just through the frame. So the recovery points are extremely stout. They're held on by, you know, four 1/2-inch bolts. And then let's move on to the mount. So this is a Scout 800, a 4-cylinder frame, which means this cross member is back further. So the grill sits about right here. And as far as I understand, on a V8 frame, this cross member is up here. So to do a hidden winch with a V8 frame, I don't know how to do it. But this is a 4-cylinder frame. I had my radiator mounted here. I can mount the winch in front, and it stays behind the grill, in between the radiator that sits about right here and the grill that sits about right here. So this sits up in the grill, but also my bumper is mounted with these pieces. These are 1/4-inch wall tube that mounts from the winch mounting plate to these bolts, which go through the bumper and then mount to the fair lead. So these go all the way through. So, and those are 1/2-inch bolts too. So we're mounted with 6 1/2-inch bolts on the front bumper, and I've been pulled pretty hard a number of times. I got towed like 300 miles with this. I've been yanked out of mud with this bumper. It's been through a lot, and I mean, it looks like it's holding up well. I don't see any cracks in the frame or anything. So yeah, that's the front bumper. And we're just gonna move back. So we did the front bumper, we did the winch, now we're doing the power steering box. And power steering is not stock on a Scout 800. The Scout 800 had a manual steering gear that sat right here, and it sat on the inside of the frame, and it was gigantic. It was like this big. So again, I wouldn't be able to do this hidden winch setup with the manual steering gear box. So I utilized this one, which this is a Scout 2. Let's see if we get you in here. A Scout 2 power steering gear. I don't know what year. I think they're basically all the same. And I made a bracket. So I reinforced the frame right here. And welded some nuts on the back side of this bracket and then put it through the frame. Because again, these 2 bolts go straight into this cross member. So if you had a V8 frame, this would be forward, and this bracket would be okay where it is. But this bolt, I did that with all 3 of the bolts. I just welded a nut on the back side. So what I did was I just put the power steering bracket or box up there, kind of angled it where I wanted it, kind of made it look like it'd be on the Scout 2, and then also tried to make this part of it match up with the Scout 800 steering. So that's that. And then these are custom hoses from, I think, Evco, and I just took in the ends. So this is an LS engine power steering pump. And I think these fittings down here are metric. These ones down here, I'm not sure though. It's been so long. But I just cut both hoses. So I had the hose from the power steering box for the Scout, and I had the hose for the power steering for the LS. So I just cut the hoses, took them to Evco. I bolted them up here, measured where I want them, cut them, and then took it up to Evco and was like, hey, this is what I need. And then this is just a piece of like fuel line or something, 3/8. It wasn't a big deal. I just put it on there. It's not custom made or anything. I mean, I guess custom made, but it's just fuel line, so whatever. And then these joints, I think I got them at Summit. I don't think they're like the Borgeson joints, but they're just, they tighten up the steering a little bit, so you can see there's a little bit of play in the steering, but not much, which is awesome. All right, now let's do shock towers, I guess. The shock towers are, man, I don't know, F350, F250. You can bolt them on. They're actually like this tall, so if you wanted to put extremely long shocks on here, you could. But these are the shocks that came with the IH Parts America CPT lift. So I put these on here, and then I measured where I wanted these brackets and welded them on and cut them off. They've been phenomenal. They've been on for a long time. All right, now let's move back onto the engine here. So, well, actually, since this is hanging here, I just got it zip tied up because I wanted to keep it out of the way. This is like a Corvette dual master cylinder with 4-wheel disc brakes. I got it off like Rock Auto. No power brakes. I do have disc brakes all the way around, but I haven't really felt the need to do power brakes. I feel like my brakes work really well. I mean, I can lock up the tires, so power brakes would probably be beneficial, but I don't think I need them. The power steering was a huge upgrade, but whatever. I don't think power brakes are detrimental. All right, let's move back to the engine here. So I made my own motor mounts. I know they don't look great, but they've held up for about, I think I have about 20,000 miles of extremely hard driving on the Scout. They tie into the frame. This one piece is 1/4-inch steel, and so it goes all along the top and then back here. Same with these side plates. They tie all the way into the frame, but then I use just some urethane bushings here. I don't get any vibration. I think I bought these engine side mounts. So I think I bought those, not from a Scout Light Line company or anything like that, just maybe LSX or something. My clutch, it is a Novak adapters, slave cylinder and clutch mounting bracket, slave cylinder mounting bracket with the stock Scout. It's a Chevy arm, and then this is like an advanced adapters piece, and there's some other advanced adapter pieces in there and stuff. Back to the transmission, it's a T19 with the 6.32 to 1 first gear. I don't know, I guess that's the wide ratio, right? Because it's a wide ratio from 632 to, I think second gear is like 350 or something like that. But that's it. T19 146. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. Let's see. We're gonna clean all this stuff up. But that's it. All right, moving on to the transfer case. It's a Dana 18. I have a twin stick. The shifters are obviously off of it, but it's twin stick, so you can do front and rear axle. It's also got a low range kit down to, I think it's like 246. So the normal stock Dana 20 is like maybe 2 to 1, and this one is like a 246, so a little bit lower, not significant. Fuel lines, which are all going to get ripped out and changed up. I redid the I redid this body mount a while back. If you guys go watch that video, this was all cracked up and broken, and so this is 1/4-inch welded. It's not going anywhere, but I am going to take some little pieces and gusset this like this so that it doesn't want to roll forward or back, and I'm going to do it with these ones too. But I'll show you guys that one. All right, moving back. I didn't do anything with the rear shocks. That's where they're supposed to be. To mount my fuel tank, don't mind this mess. This is just, this was all, I'm cutting all this out. But I welded this piece of angle iron in to mount the tank to it. This is a CJ5. It's 15 gallons, really small. I wish it was bigger than that, but it's a 15-gallon, small tank. Not nearly big enough for what I want. So we're going to, I'm going to look at different options. I have an in-tank fuel pump, but anyways, I mounted this. I welded this piece in, and then mounted the skid plate. This skid plate to that piece of angle iron, and then I mounted it to this piece on the Scout. And I was going to replace this piece, and I still might, but there's not a lot wrong with this. And I think if I gusset it a little bit in the right spot, maybe put a gusset here, and I don't know yet. I don't know yet what I'm doing there. Another thing I did was I reinforced my upper shackle mounts. These are like 5-inch shackles, which are probably too long, and I need to get different shackles. But I reinforced this because I noticed they were flexing a little bit when I was off-road. I was watching some videos. So I just put a plate here, welded it to both sides. And did that. Let's see, let's get over here. For my fuel lines, you can see these are all cracked. These are flexible fuel lines, but I notched the body to go over these. And I think what I'm going to do next is notch the frame a little bit right here and drop the frame maybe 1/2 inch, and then notch the body less so that it sits a little bit more flush on the fuel line there. So let's see, did I miss anything? I was cleaning up, that's why these things are up here. Oh, one more thing, transmission cross member. So the transmission cross member, I made a cross member. So I got these tabs, got some urethane bushings in here, and just made it out of tube. Added a little flat spot there with some square tubing that fits right over the tube, and then hard mounted the transmission to the cross member, and then used these bushings as the isolation part. So yeah, and again, I haven't had any problems, no flexing, no weird vibrations or anything like that. So it's been working out well. All right, I think that about sums it up. Pretty quick video, but front to back, kind of the little modifications that I've done on the Scout. So I still need to buy some caps to go over all these open plugs and open holes. So I'm gonna buy those caps because I'm gonna roll this out. I'm gonna spray some super clean on it, a whole bunch of this, and we're gonna go to town cleaning this bad boy up with my Benchmark Abrasive stuff. So yeah, stick around. We're gonna dive heavy into the Scout now that the MB's done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in next time.